Alright, welcome back to the Matrix Path of Neo commentary with me, Skully the Metalhead. I totally didn't have to re-record this 4 times just because of a fucking crash. But anyway, today we're gonna be doing 2 Captain's missions because I really cannot be fucked dealing with this shit again, so yeah, we're finally getting the filler out of the way and getting back to the good stuff. Now the 2 missions we're gonna be doing today are both Captain Niobe and of course Captain Ballard, the former of which we are doing first because, well, I played Enter the Matrix. It's not a very good game, but I still have my fun with it, so yeah, let's go save Niobe, who was a pretty cool character in my opinion. So kind of a shame that Sparks and Ghost couldn't cameo in this game though, but what are you gonna do? Well, Sparks does have one cameo in like a movie cutscene which was taken from Enter the Matrix, but it made little to no sense as I pointed out in my review of the game's FMV cutscenes. Just kind of cut and paste together, it's really weird. And boosh! Oh yes, an entrance truly worthy of the one. Now you'd think that would have knocked everybody out, but apparently there's still guards standing around, so yeah, I have no idea where that came in from. Then again, I suppose you could just attribute it... yeah, I suppose you could just attribute it to a glitch in the Matrix. Ooh, god damn, that is a nice weapon strip. Actually, that's another thing I never really brought up. The weapon strips in this game look really fucking cool, and there's so many varieties to the moves as well. Like, I mean, there's some with swords, staffs, and especially for a lot of the different guns as well.
I'm damn glad to see you. I blew the door behind me. Then these guys came out of nowhere. We have to go back the way you came in, alright? Let's go. Look out!
It's a closed system, Mr. Anderson. There's nowhere you can go where we can't follow.
Oh, it is on, Agent Johnson. Actually, that's the only way you can really tell the upgraded agents from the original agents apart. They all have Son in their name, like Johnson, Jackson, and Thompson. Sounds like a Three Stooges act now that I think about it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's how you know you're upgraded. Although, the replacement for Smith, who we saw previously in the Red Pill Rescue mission, the security guard, his name was Agent White, and I think he was only ever featured in some Matrix comics. Then again, I suppose I could have brought it up then, but better late than never, I guess. Yeah, and as usual, these agents are no problem. Like, I mean, even in the 1 difficulty, which I will say is like the hardest fucking thing ever, especially on this mission, but, you know, I don't know, the upgraded agents aren't too difficult. I don't know whether that's because of the fact that you're the one now, or anything, but... whatever. Anyway, there are a variety of edits here because this is just taking forever. For some reason. Some jerky physics. Can you tell that I don't have much to say for this level? I mean, I suppose I could just relay more Enter the Matrix trivia, but then again, I'm not playing Enter the Matrix. Not that I really would, though. Killing Blow.
Crush him.
For fuck's sake, video editing. Yes, this is my 6th time recording this, as of the last cutscene. I do not know what the fuck is going on, but I am pissed. And these agents need to die, so it perfectly fits the scene as of right now. Now then, as I previously stated, of course now my commentary should be much clearer, because I've already done this for the past 6 fucking times, so now it'll be easy street. Anyway, the one question I want to raise about this is that, if this is supposed to be happening right now, then, assuming of course that Ghost's story is canon and Enter the Matrix, does this mean that the sewer portion is supposed to be played by Ghost? I'm not really too sure that Shiny paid attention that well, but, you know, it's one of the little things that you can think about. I mean, after all, Enter the Matrix surprisingly actually is canon to the series. It has information and scenes that aren't present in the other movies, so hey, isn't that pretty cool? I'm sure the game is a little bit lackluster, but hey, If it's canon, then sure. But I can't really name any cross-media things that actually are canon. I mean, the one thing I can think of is Futurama The Lost Episode, which contained clips of the Futurama video game compiled into an episode, which I think was released on the Beast with a Billion Backs DVD. Oh well, the show's cancelled. Again. So what are you gonna do? No weapon for you. And what you just saw there was Weapon Strip 3, well, an ability which allows you to kill not only an enemy, but two at the same time. So if their buddy just so happens to be standing there, well, they get a little bit more lead in their diet. Considering that I'm going to be running out of stuff to say fairly quickly, I'm going to be going on a random tangent about my personal adventures recently. I've been playing Splatterhouse, the 2010 reimagining of the classic Mega Drive games. Splatterhouse is fucking awesome. It's a beat-em-up that nobody talks about because everybody's too busy talking about how Platinum Games apparently rule the world because they create, you know, crossover franchise games and Bayonetta because apparently that's the only thing that exists because Nintendo, or so I assume. I don't know, Splatterhouse really deserves some mention. I mean, it's got so much good in it. It's like goodness incarnate, which is ironic because it's about, you know, demonic creatures and shit. I recently completed it as well. It's a surprisingly fun game. Didn't really like the cliffhanger ending, but you know, I enjoyed the ride for what it was worth. Also, I really like Jim Cummings as a Terror Mask. Really entertaining. Ooh. Damn it. Now, I did say earlier that the upgraded agents aren't really anything to, you know, cry about, but honestly, if you let your guard down, these things can really kick your ass, and I say this even on normal mode, because as you can see here, yeah, Neo is quite close to death. In fact, even more so in a few seconds, as you'll soon see. Getting a little bit close to the edge there, Neo. And you might just fall off, too. Punch, 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 punch. Ooh. As repetitive as that combo is, I never get tired of it. It's just one of those good things in life. Ooh. That doesn't look good. See? Look at that slither of health. If Neo wasn't the one and integral to the story, he would have been dead. Seriously, Neo, you're biting death's nipples right now. And if it wasn't for that health pack, you would have been well and truly fucked. And Cypher would have been correct. How can he be the one if he's dead? Actually, Trinity just kind of revives him with the power of love. Which in my opinion was one of the stupidest plot elements of the first movie, but I don't know. I really think the romance subplot of the first Matrix movie probably could have been a little bit better worked out. And he just didn't really seem to feel anything for Trin and Neo in that movie, and I don't put it down to the performances really as much as I do the writing. But that's a tangent for another time, so I'm going to cut this here before my recording glitches out again, and I'll see you with Ballard's mission.
I think I can make it from here. There's a shortcut a few tunnels over. Get home.
Okay, so from what I can tell, the only way I'm going to have to do this is I'm going to have to start recording, stop when it reaches a cutscene, and hope to God that it doesn't crash again, because during a lot of the no-OP portions, I got really fucking tiresome. But anyway, we're almost done, guys. One more filler mission, and then we're free to get back to the good stuff. Which I think will be the Seraph's Tea House thing next time. So, let's get going and save Ballard, the guy who was about to kick Seraph's scrawny ass. That was probably one of my favourite lines out of Revolutions, and I really could have used more scenes like that, because Revolutions was just too religious. And I know that's not necessarily a bad thing in the Matrix, but blech.
Units in position in the rear hallway of the kitchen. Drive the suspect this way. We'll take him out.
Oh, you poor little fools. And this is probably like the only other time in the game where you can pull off the silent takedown move. You know what, and that's... the silent takedown is an ability I would... What the... Well, it's been a long time since I've seen these parts, but I've never seen that move before.
Gil, help me!
you see? This is one of the things I love about this game. Like, you can play this game for so many times and still find new moves in it, and that's... You see? I fucking love this game. I would breed with it if it was possible. But that's kind of fucked up. Anyway, this, in case you couldn't already tell, takes place in a kitchen, which is a pretty unique setting, if I do say so myself. What the fuck? Yep, there goes the elevator. Yeah, this does... I can't name very many video games that have kitchen... Well, action video games that have kitchen settings, because the only thing that comes to mind is the Punisher from, well, the movie game, which was based on the 2004 movie, which is fucking awesome, because the Punisher is cool, and especially the 2004 movie that came out. I suppose there's another random tangent I can kind of go on about this, because this mission is very much the same as the other missions. You know, you escort Ballard through this lovely kitchen and fight agents at the end. But anyway, back on the Punisher, I fucking love the 2004 movie. I mean, I know it came out at a time when, like, a lot of superhero movies kind of had to... Well, they all except for Spider-Man, of course, they all had to kind of embrace that very dark and gritty, realistic setting. Like, I mean, even X-Men, for as wacky and cool as it was, like, it still didn't go for the whole yellow jumpsuits and embrace its comic book counterpart. Like, it had some very Matrix and cyberpunk elements to it. Which is kind of funny considering the time that came out in 2000. Still, I fucking hate what they did to the Punisher in the Punisher Warzone, though. It was closer to the comic, ironically, but I miss the dark and gritty setting from the 2004 film. That's another thing that does kind of sadden me, though, because, like, most superhero movies now, considering the trend of, you know, that was set in stone by, like, Iron Man and the Avengers and all that kind of stuff, I kind of get the feeling that a lot of superheroes, like, well, I say heroes, but I get the feeling that a lot of heroes like Blade or Spawn or the Punisher or even Ghost Rider now, I get the feeling that we're not going to be seeing another one of those movies for a very, very long time, because honestly, the only kind of light I ever see the Punisher getting nowadays is as like a Netflix show, like similar to Daredevil. I don't know, it makes me kind of sad since, you know, a lot of these movies were cool, but apparently everyone thinks that dark and edgy heroes are lame. They need to be all heroic and for great justice because, you know, that's what comic books are, kids. No. Then again, I think it was the Punisher movie that actually did get me very much interested in the character. Which is a lot more than just... it's a lot more than what people give it credit for. Fucking hell, I gotta stop running out of tangents. There are these soldier guys again, which I think it's just more health than anything. Like, you rarely see these guys in the later stages, so their appearance is just kind of minute at best. And... actually, if there's another thing I can comment on, I really like the sound design of this game. It has a very punchy thing to it.
Agents?
Oh shit, these agents mean business. Come on, Ballard, let us go and kick their asses. Now it's time for a combo. Boot to the head. Oh yeah. And again, these... I think you can probably already tell by now that these are just filler missions, but... thankfully, it's almost over. Yes, indeedy. I could just shut the fuck up now, but... you don't do that in a commentary. Still, for what it's worth, I do enjoy the varied locale that Ballard's mission gives us. I mean, it makes for a refreshing change from the just grimy industrial thing of the warehouse that Roland was trapped in. I do like the city environments from Morpheus and Trinity's place, and the dingy sewer was just, Still, the restaurant is still quite nice. I mean, again, the Matrix Parthenon might not be a very graphically appeasing game, but it does have some fairly nice environments, which I will give it credit for. Thankfully the fight seems to be nearly over. Killing... And that's pretty much a determining factor that your moves are entirely defined by focus, because if you don't have a lot of focus, you're not going to be pulling off those moves, and seriously, the killing blow moves take a shitload of focus out of you.
Neo, I know a shortcut from here. I think I can make it. My crew will wait for word from the Oracle, just like Morpheus wanted. But tell him I won't wait forever.
Anyway, I'm Skully, keep it new metal, and see you next time for the Matrix Path New commentary.